Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making a custom knife for someone out of this piece of Nitro V steel. And this will be my first time working with this steel. I'm super excited. And I can also test out the heat treat oven I just built. So it'll be my first project with that. And this is going to be a bit of a bigger knife based off of this design here. I still got a lot of work with the grinder and my small wheel attachment to clean up these areas, as you can see. And this is just a rough cut out of my angle grinder. And like I said, this is going to be a little bigger than most knives. This is 3/16 steel, so it's a bit thicker than any other one I've made. But I think it's going to turn out great. And thanks for watching and following along with this build. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so I got my small wheel attachment on here, and I'm going to clean up this spot here. It's pretty rough. Right here, I think this should do the trick. I have a brand new 40 grit ceramic belt on here, and we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so I got my bevels marked here where I want them to be, at least close, and I've scribed the center, a center line, so I can know that it's exactly even. And I've got it on this jig of mine. I kind of have it rigged up. Right now I have it set at about 8 degrees. I think that'll get me about where I want to be, but I can adjust a little bit as I go. And I'll get to grinding this thing, see if I can get the bevels in. Alright. So I did change the angle to more like 6 degrees to get closer to the edge here, closer to the spine of the knife. I've done one side, and I'm going to even it out, make it look more like the Tonto blade that it is. And I'm going to do the other end now. Okay, so now I'm gonna see if I can straighten out these bevels here, see if I can make this less of a curved shape. And I'm gonna do this by putting my jig on pretty much straight here. I think it's set at about 3 degrees on the thing there on the side, and looks about straight there. So I'm gonna give it a few passes here, see if I can get both ends about even. Okay, so I put a brand new 120 grit belt on my sander here, and I'm gonna see if I can clean up these bevels a little bit, get some of the scratch marks out of them. Alright, so I got those bevels cleaned up a little bit. Much finer scratches. And we'll work on it some more tomorrow. Okay, so it's a new morning, and today we're going to do some hand sanding on this thing. And I've got all of this roughed out to about 120 grit, which unfortunately is the highest grit belt I have right now. I need to get some higher belts so it'll make it much easier for my process, but I haven't yet. So I'm going to do some hand sanding. I'm going to start with some 220, and we'll see how high I need to go from there. Alright, so after about an hour, probably about an hour or a little less of hand sanding with 220 grit sandpaper, it now looks like this. There's only one side. I have not done the other side yet. But I removed at least 99% of the scratches from the 120 grit. Alrighty, so that's pretty easy on the first side. I got that down to 320 grit in just a couple minutes. As you can see, I changed the pattern of my scratches. Try to do it more of an angle so I could tell if I had missed any of the straight ones. Looks like it's pretty good there. I might go over a little more, but that's good enough for now. I'll go to this side. I'm gonna start with some more 220 grit. See if I can work out a couple of those scratches I missed, and then I'll go back to 320. So I've got that a lot smoother on the second side. I have that to 320 now. 320 grit. As you can see, there's still some straight scratch marks there, but that is 320. I decided to go straight when sanding because of the flange. Other than that, I think it's looking pretty good. Alright, so that's at 400 grit. On both sides. Alright, so I got that much smoother in the back and in here. I think that feels nice now. There we go. Right there. holes drilled there. And now I'll do the lanyard hole, which will be about a 1/4 inch hole. There it is. I'm going to clean these holes up with a file, or my belt sander probably. And then we should be set with that. So the next step is I'm going to get this all wrapped up in this special heat treat foil to prevent oxidation while heat treating. Fold that in half. I'm going to put a little piece of paper, cardboard, in here too, so it'll burn up all the oxygen inside here when it gets hot enough. There we go. It's not very pretty. And next time I'm going to cut a little bigger piece so I can fold it over twice. A little bit easier. Doesn't look very pretty there. But that's alright. I think it'll do the trick. Get my oven all heated up. Right now it's at about 1300 degrees. 1302. I'm getting it up to 1950, as you can see here. Got it about 1925, and I'm gonna stick this blade in there for about 20 minutes, and then we'll plate quench it. Alright, so it's been 20 minutes. Get my blade out of here. There we go. So there it is. Still a little warm, but I think it looks pretty good overall though. We'll let it cool down the rest of the way, and then we'll go into tempering. Okay, so now I'm going to take this blade and temper it in my fancy toaster oven here for about 1 hour at 350 degrees. It'll be like a flash temper. After that, I'll do 400 degrees for 2 hours. I'll do 2 cycles of that, air cooling between each cycle. So right now I'm just going to do 1 hour at 350 degrees. Got it set around there. Stick this in here. In 1 hour. Now I'll come back and change it to 400 degrees for 2 hours, air cool it, and then do that again. And then we should be tempered. Next step, I'm going to do some more hand sanding to get all these layers off on top of it. And this should be pretty easy. I'm probably going to start it around 400 grit where I left off last time. And then I'll probably get up to probably about 600 or 800 before I'm going to want to be done. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm just going to start at 400. There we go for now. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to get these bubbles cleaned up with the grinder and with my belt sander. Make sure they're nice and flat. And then we'll go on to the Cerakote. I'm going to make this thing black. Alright, so I've got this blade Cerakoted now. I did not catch this on video, but here it is, the finished product. Obviously Cerakoted here in black, oven cured for about an hour, 300 degrees. I think it came out looking really nice. Alright, so the package just came a little bit ago. I ripped it open. I'll probably show it here on camera what this looks like. I think that looks really good. Got a nice pattern there. Alright, so here we go. Got them both cut out, at least rough cut. As you can see, I labeled them 1 and 2, and I labeled them on the knife blade too. And that will definitely help me as I go along to make sure that they go on the right side and I don't mess anything up, because that can happen. But I think as of now they look pretty good. I'm going to go and sand the edges, and then I'll put it on the knife and see how that looks. Okay, so I got the work rest tilted there at about the angle that I want. Yeah, I'll get started here. We'll put them on the knife and see how it feels. So I'm going to get the grind marks out of the bevels here now and polish it up pretty high. See how shiny I can get it before actually gluing it on. Because the problem with having it Cerakoted is I can't do any grinding afterwards because it'll wear it off. So I gotta be careful around it. But I'm gonna see how high of a polish I can get on this, buff it up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here it is in its current state. I got the handle all buffed out, sanded. I think it's looking really good. I have the pins and the tubing for it right now just to hold it all together. But if you can see there, I think it looks nice. And it matches well with the blade. And I think it's going to be really comfortable too. Of course the pins are in the way right now, but I can push them through on one end, and that's going to be nice, I think. But next step is to get it all epoxied together, get the pins in there permanently, and we'll do that now. I've got the handles here, and the epoxy's been curing for, I guess it's been close to a day and a half. I'll take these off. And there we go. Got a little bit of residue here. We'll buff that out. Clean up the edges. I'm going to get the pins cut off about flush, and then we'll start cleaning it up. So after buffing it, cleaning out the edges, I've got it about done there. If you can see, the pins shined up real nice. It's like focused in there. I think it looks real nice. Same with the tubing. About all that's left is sharpening it up. I gotta get a final edge on this. I'll go and do that with my workshop sharpener and making a sheath for it. And here's the finished product. So I made a Platex sheath here off camera. I'll have a video about that shortly. And I finished getting it sharpened up and cleaned here, and I think it looks really nice. Here's the finished result here. I'm happy with it. I think it feels nice. Certainly very, very sharp. And nice snap in there. We've got the thumb ramp so we can knock it off here with one hand. And overall, I'm happy with how it came out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this coming soon. Thanks for watching.